Hey guys, it's India. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how to become a model and the different ways that you can do that. The reason I decided to make this video is because boy do I wish I could have looked up on YouTube how to become a model when I was first starting. I wish there would have been a video for every single step of the way. So that's what I'm hoping I can do for you guys and be the one source that you can use to find out everything you need to know about starting out as a model. Let's begin! So you may know me as the winner of America's Next Top Model, but what you may not know is that I had actually been modeling 5 years prior to America's Next Top Model. So today I'm just going to start by going over how I got started and how I got discovered and the steps I took to sort of develop myself as a model even before I signed up for America's Next Top Model. So go back however many years to 16-year-old me, and I was obsessed with fashion magazines and designers and runway shows, you name it, I'd seen it. I was obsessed. I was one of those girls who was just in love with the fashion industry. But I never really thought that I could be a model because at the time I didn't look like a model. Anyways, one day at school, this girl told me that I should try modeling, and I was like, really? Me? What? So I really did take that to heart, but of course didn't do anything about it. And one day I was walking around in an art museum in Seattle, Washington, and this lady came up to me from one of the agencies in Seattle, and she said, hey, I'm so-and-so, you're gorgeous, I really love your look, here's my card, please come into the agency whenever you can. So I was like, oh my god, did I just get scouted? I've seen, of course, every story from every supermodel who got scouted, blah blah blah, and I was like, oh my god, did I just get scouted? This is so cool. So yes, I did. And actually by a great agency. But I knew enough about the industry to not just go to that one agency and sign right away, which by the way is a huge piece of advice from me. Don't commit to the first agency that comes up to you or the first agency that you consider signing with. What I did was I did my due diligence. I did my research and discovered that there were 3 really great modeling agencies in Seattle. There's SMG, Hefner, and TCM if you're in the Seattle area and interested. I thought that I should do my research on each one of the agencies before I just signed with one. So funny story, I went to go meet with one of the agencies and I couldn't find it. That building is so hard to find. I literally walked around and I was like, what the heck, I can't find it. So I just said, screw it. And I walked into the next one, which was SMG. And I walked in there on one of their open calls, which I'll explain that later. And I basically came in with some photos that my friend had took of me, some fake digitals, which at the time I didn't even understand how to take digitals, but they were shots of me in my bikini. So I brought that stuff with me. I met with them, talked for a while. I was probably sounding like such a newbie, but everyone has to start somewhere. But anyways, they said that they loved my look and they would like to have me in again to take proper digitals. So eventually I went in, took those digitals, and they signed me. So to this day, SMG is still my mother agency. They're amazing, and that's basically how I got started. Okay, so how can you become a model also? So there are actually a few different ways to do this. One way to become a model, of course, is to get scouted. So a lot of scouts go to concerts. I got scouted in a museum. They'll go to malls. They'll go to volleyball tournaments. You name it, scouts are everywhere. And they are searching for fresh, new talent. So a lot of girls are discovered this way. needle in a haystack. They're just pulled out of a group of people like, we want you. And that can definitely happen, but you can't just sit around waiting for that to happen. So another option is to go to open call. So an open call is a time frame that you can go into the agency and just be seen. It's a really great opportunity to meet with their scouts and their team and really get to show them who you are in person. It lets you show your personality, your fresh face, how you move in front of the camera. In my opinion, it's such a great option because it lets you go in there and actually show them who you are live and in person. So make sure you look up agencies that are in your area and see which one of them has open calls. But what do you bring to this open call? You're going to want to bring a black bikini. That's one that's very flattering on your body, whether that's strapless or halter or, straight. It just all depends on what makes your body look the best. Just make sure you stick it in your bag. You're gonna thank me later. Also make sure you bring a pair of heels. You don't have to wear them into the open call, although of course I would because I'm a little on the shorter side, but make sure you have them in your bag because they might ask you to pop them on for a few digitals. Also make sure you bring a hair tie with you. This is super important because agencies want to see every little bit of you. So they're probably going to ask you to pull up your hair so that they can see your profiles really well. But not all agencies have open calls, and maybe you're too bashful to go to open call or something like that. There's an option for you. You can always opt to do an online submission. So almost every modeling agency should offer online submissions. It's super easy. You just go to their website and you find the section called online submission, become a model, something like that. And what it usually asks for is some basic measurements. So that's going to be your height, your bust measurement, your waist measurement, your hip measurement, your shoe size, and then they'll ask you to attach some digitals. Now, don't be scared. These do not need to be professional shots at all. Just ask your mom or your friend or the guy next door and have them take some really basic shots of you. Digitals are the same as Polaroids. They're very clean, simple shots that show your face structure, show your skin, your body, just show like really who you are. You want to make sure that you are fresh-faced, super clean, maybe just a tiny bit of mascara. Your natural hair is best, and you want to wear very simple clothing as well. So that's going to be a tank top and jeans and a simple heel. And then also you want to attach swim digitals if they ask for it, which is going to be a really flattering black bikini. And make sure to mix it up between your hair up and your hair down. Some smiling, some not. So I'm going to make a whole other video on how to take digitals because I think that's really important. And from what I've noticed, there's not a ton of videos on YouTube that show how to take like actual agency digitals. So those are some ways that you can become an agency signed model. I hope that was at least a little bit helpful. Also stay tuned for future videos all about modeling and also more. There's some other fun things on my channel other than modeling videos. So stay tuned and I hope to see you soon. Love you all.